Hello and welcome to my League 2 Game Week 16 predictions. International break this week, so yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. League 2 predictions. Let's just dive straight into them right now. So starting as we mean to go on, then Accrington Stanley take on Bristol Rovers at the Wham Stadium in Accrington. Accrington getting a decent point last time out away at Chesterfield, 2-1 away win for them in the FA Cup against Gainsborough Trinity recently as well. I think they did beat they beat Swindon 4-0 recently as well a few games ago. But yeah, Bristol Rovers only beating Bromley in the FA Cup. They've lost a lot in the league recently. They've slumped all the way down to 17th of the table. Accrington down in 20th themselves. 11 wins for Accrington, 2 draws and 2 wins on the head-to-head. Accrington do have a pretty good head-to-head home record against Bristol Rovers. And Bristol Rovers have only won this matchup, I think, once. They haven't even won it once in the last 5 to 6 years. Accrington should be winning this under John Doolan. Darryl Clark's Bristol Rovers seem to have slipped off a bit of a cliff. I am good about Bristol Rovers in the... no, I'm not good about Bristol Rovers. I'm back in Accrington in this one to get over the line for a nice 1-0 home victory in this one for them. I think they'll be... Yeah, they're quite good at home. Well, they have been quite good at home against Bristol Rovers in the past. I could just see that happening again. 1-0 to Accrington in this one. Bromley versus Barrow is next then. Bromley will be looking to win this good away win at Colchester last time out. Barrow did draw at home to Grimsby after fighting back incredibly after being 2-0 down very, very early on in that game. Bromley lost in the FA Cup. Barrow won in the FA Cup. Bromley did beat MK Dons recently. Good win for them. 1-0 away win at Crewe as well. All in their last 5 matches. Last time they did play was a 3-3 draw back at Barrow. 1-1 draw back at Bromley. This one should be interesting. They've played each other in the National League. It's been a bit cagey in all these affairs. 3 wins for Bromley, 2 draws and 1 win for Barrow at Bromley. 4 draws, 6 draws, 2 wins for Barrow, 4 wins for Bromley. Overall, this one's a bit of a tight one to call. I am going to back the home side in this one to get over the line. Go for a nice 2-1 home victory for Bromley and Andy Woodman's side in this one. And Michael Cheek will be looking to get some more goals on the score sheet. So backing Bromley to win this by 2-1. Cambridge Barnet is next then. Cambridge will be looking to win this as well. They have been struggling in the league as of late, drawing 0-0 at Salford at the weekend. It's not a bad point. They did get some momentum after beating Chester in the FA Cup and Brighton in the Virtue Trophy in the week as well. Barnet drew at MK Dons at the weekend, only 1 win in their last 5. That came at home to Cambridge by 3-2 margin. Scrappy game. That was not in the league, actually. It was in the Virtue Trophy. Nobody barely attended that game. 3-2 win last time they did play for Barnet on the 21st of October. 1-0 win for Cambridge last time they played in League 2. Tough one to call. I think I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between these two sides. I think this could be quite a tight affair between 2 decent sides in League 2, probably 2 sides that probably finish mid-table. Come the end of the season, back a 1-1 draw between Cambridge and Barnet. Fleetwood Swindon now then. Fleetwood need to win. They did lose to Crawley at the weekend in what was a very, very disappointing defeat for Pete Wild's side. Swindon back-to-back wins over Rotherham in the Cup, and then they beat Tranmere at the weekend, give them a great bit of momentum going into their league match this weekend. 4-0 away win for Swindon against Fleetwood on the 5th of April. 3-1 home win for Swindon over Fleetwood on the 7th of December. 5 wins for Swindon, 3 draws and 2 wins for Fleetwood respectively. Tough one to call this one. But Swindon do have the power and have had the record at Fleetwood in the past. They have been battered 5-1 there before, but of recent times they haven't been pretty good under Ian Holloway. So, yes, I am going to back Swindon to get over the line in this one and go for a nice 2-1 away victory. I think Fleetwood might lose again, be back-to-back losses for them, and the alarm bells will start ringing for Pete Wild's side. So yeah, back in Swindon, away win by 2-1 in this one. Grimsby Chesterfield now in what is probably the game of the round. MK Dons Salford is probably also up there as well. This one takes place at Blundell Park in Cleethorpes. 2-2 between Barrow and Grimsby. Last time Grimsby played, it was a 3-3 draw for Chesterfield. 2 points dropped. Chesterfield haven't been unbeaten in their last 5 in Cup and League respectively. 6th for Grimsby, 10th for Chesterfield. Chesterfield need to come here and probably beat Grimsby if they are to get back in the playoffs this coming weekend. 1-1 draw last time they did play on the 18th of January and then back on the 7th of September. Last year was 2-1 home win for Chesterfield. Paul Cook's side will be looking to win this. 4 wins, 1 draw and 3 wins for Chesterfield respectively. Last time they did, well, the head-to-head record says that. Yeah, this one should be a tough game. It should be a great game to watch. I think this probably is the game of the round. Grimsby flying under David Artell at the moment. Well, not exactly flying. They're probably hope to be probably in the automatic spots. A few missed points dropped, like a Barrow for the weekend, as for example. Chesterfield in 10th. I am going to back Grimsby to win this, though, by 2-1 at home. I think Grimsby at Blundell Park are a very tricky opposition. Look what happened when they played Man United, for example. So yeah, back in Grimsby for a 2-1 home win over Chesterfield in this one. Now into the other game of the round, and that is MK Dons versus Salford. You would imagine, as well as Grimsby versus Chesterfield. Last time these sides did play on the 4th of January, was a 1-0 away win for Carl Robinson's Salford City. 2nd of September was a 1-0 home win for Salford over MK Dons. MK Dons were a lot poorer last season, obviously. 2 wins for MK Dons, 2 wins for Salford, 0 draws in the head-to-heads they have played against each other. Yeah, at home it has been 3-1 for MK Dons, 1-0 away for Salford, as we've just spoken about. 4th versus 5th in the league. Yeah, tough one to call this one because, well, MK Dons are quite good defensively at home. Salford City are quite good away as well, so it should be, well, probably be a draw if we're going off that basis. 0-0 draw for Salford against Cambridge at the weekend. Disappointing point dropped at home. A couple of points dropped at home for Salford in that one. 2-2 draw for MK Dons at Barnet. They did beat Colchester in that. Any loss came against Bromley. That was in the league, though. That was a disappointing defeat for MK Dons. I am going to back a MK Dons home win in this one. I'm going to back them by a 0-0 just because I think Paul One's sides are quite well drilled defensively for these type of games. So you're backing MK Dons to win this by a 0-0 over Salford City in this one then. And yeah, MK Dons to win by a goal. Notts County versus Harrogate now then. Notts County will be looking to win this. Good win last night over Cheltenham Town, of course. I'm not sure when you'll be seeing this. You might be seeing this tomorrow in case it was Monday night. Harrogate have lost their last 5 matches. Horrible form for Simon Weaver's Harrogate at the moment. There could be a few problems working there, but he's done okay. He's managed 761 games at Harrogate, has Simon Weaver. So yeah, will be, well, that is the longest ever managing in the EFL. I think, well, yeah, I don't think anybody comes close to that. Head-to-head record, 1-0 home win for Notts County last time out, 3-1 away win for Notts County at Harrogate. Harrogate can't buy a win at the moment. I think they're going to struggle to get a win here, if I'm honest. 3-0 home win, 1-0 home win, passed a couple of times at Meadow Lane. So yeah, nothing is stopping me from backing a Notts County win in this one. Go for a nice 2-0 home Notts County win in this one to beat Harrogate quite comfortably. And they are, yeah, Harrogate on absolutely dreadful form. Of slumped to 21st in the table, while Notts County are up to 3rd after the win last night. So yeah, Notts County wins by 2-0 over Harrogate Town. Oldham versus Crewe is next on the cards. Then Oldham will be looking to win this one after back-to-back wins in the Cup over Northampton and beating Harrogate at the weekend. Crewe did beat Shrewsbury Town at the weekend. Good solid home win for them. They needed that as well. A little bit of a local affair, this one. Could be a bit of trouble brewing. Probably be one of the games you want to go to if you tick it off the 92 this weekend. 2-1 away win for Crewe last time to play at Oldham. 2-1 home win for Crewe back in February 2020. 6 wins for Oldham, 3 draws, 5 wins for Crewe. As I've spoken about, Crewe did beat Shrewsbury. Oldham did beat Harrogate last time at 14th versus 8th. 6 scores in the last 5 matches for Oldham. Crewe have scored 10 in the last 5. Very heavy scores are Crewe. This could be a bit of a bonkers game. I am going to back a Crewe away win in this one, I am going to back Crew to win this by 2-1 away from home. I think Oldham won't have enough quality to beat a decent Crew side in this one. So yeah, backing Crew and Lee Bell's side in this one by 2-1. Shrewsbury versus Newport now then in El Crapico as 23rd takes on 24th. Newport did have some decent form coming into the game against Walsall, but then kind of lost it all as they lost 4-2. It was a great game, but yeah, just coming up trumps against Walsall in that one by 4-2. They are showing a bit of form at the moment. They beat Gillingham in the cup, they beat Harrogate in the league. They did lose at home to Cheltenham, which was a bit of a bummer, but they did beat Accrington as well. Shrewsbury did lose away at Crewe. Surprised Michael Appleton hasn't been sacked yet as Shrewsbury head coach. Head-to-heads, they haven't played each other since 2014-15, was a 0-0 draw at the Crowd Meadow, and 1-0 away win for Shrewsbury on the 31st of January. Doubt a lot's going to happen in this game. It could go one or two ways. Newport are on okay form at the moment. Shrewsbury are at home. And in that case, I'm just going to back in 0-0. I just can't see it. It's just going to be a really boring affair, this one. 23rd versus 24th. It's not the pick of the games you'd want to watch on Sky Sports Plus at the weekend. So, yeah, back in a 0-0 draw between Shrewsbury and Newport in this one. Tranmere versus Cheltenham now then. Tranmere will be looking to win this after back-to-back defeats to Stockport in the Cup and then losing to Swindon. At the weekend, Cheltenham did lose to Notts County, unluckily, last night. Cheltenham did beat Bradford in the FA Cup. Good solid home win for them in that one. Last time they did play in League 2 was a 2-0 home win for Tranmere. 1-0 home win for Cheltenham over Tranmere. Last time they did play at Cheltenham. Yeah, this one's been difficult to call. Cheltenham have done okay at Tranmere recently, but Tranmere did win last season. Cheltenham look pretty poor at the moment, but they do have a good head-to-head record against the home side. Tranmere sit 18th, Cheltenham sit 22nd in the league at the moment. So, yeah, this one, tough one to call. I mean, Tranmere have slumped a little bit after their poor form under Andy Crosby. Steve Cottrell is in charge of Cheltenham, cracking manager. I know him as a Birmingham fan, of course I do. Absolutely dreadful manager, one of our worst managers in the history. They have started to pick up a little bit, Cheltenham, even though they did lose last night. I am still going to back Tranmere for a nice 2-1 home victory in this one, though, over Cheltenham and Steve Cottrell's. But yeah, just narrowly backing Tranmere in this one, despite the head-to-heads Cheltenham have against them. So yeah, backing Tranmere to win this by 2-1 over Cheltenham. Walsall take on Colchester at the Pallet Track Bescott Stadium. Sponsors are absolutely ruining the game for football stadiums. Get them gone. Just have them on the front of your shirt or around the ground. Walsall did play Newport at the weekend, 4-2 win away at Rodney Parade. Absolutely bonkers game of football. That one, Colchester did lose at home to Bromley. Disappointing defeat for them. They did lose to MK Dons in the cup before that. They did get a 0-0 draw at home to away at Swindon. Before that, they beat the likes of Harrogate and Grimsby, so decent wins in there as well. Last time they did play in League 2 was a 2-1 home win for Colchester, 4-0 back at Walsall. 7 wins apiece for them and 9 draws in there between these two sides. Walsall do have a slightly better home record than Colchester United in this one. Yeah, I think Walsall, either they could win this. I mean, it's quite tight recent years. If you look at it, they have been okay at home. Have Walsall, but Danny Cowley's can be quite tricky opponents. Yeah, tough one to call. I am gonna back Walsall to win this by 2-0 over Colchester in this one. I still think Colchester is being on bad form might affect them in this one. So yeah, back in Matt Sadler's to Walsall, going off the win of that 4-2 away win at Newport. So yeah, Matt Sadler's Walsall to win by 2-0 in this one. And the final game in what is a bit of a London affair, if you could call it. London, Crawley and Gillingham. I know Gillingham's in Kent and Crawley's just outside of London, but that's why Sky probably put it on the TV, because they think it's a derby. Crawley did beat Fleetwood 2-1 last time out. Good win for them. Both sides did win. Gillingham got a nice win away at Bristol Rovers. Still no manager for Gillingham at the moment. Richard Dobson still in charge there, unless he has been appointed permanent. Do let me know down in the comments, Gills fans. 2-0 away win for Crawley last time out on the Boxing Day on League 2 in 2023. And then on the 19th of August was a 1-0 away win for Gillingham at Crawley. 8 wins for Gillingham, 3 draws and 4 wins for Crawley. Yeah, Crawley have been okay recently. Gillingham have done okay in the head-to-heads. Crawley did beat them last time out though at Gillingham in 2023, as we've just spoke about. Tough one to call this one. Gillingham are at home, 7th place. Crawley do look a bit poorer than what they were in the season when they played Gillingham and won by 2-0, and that is why I am backing Gillingham for a home win in this one. Go for a nice 1-0 home victory for the Gills in this one over Crawley, and whatever you want to call this. I don't think it's a derby, but do let me know in the comments if you think it's a derby. But yeah, I'm backing Gillingham by a 0-0 over Crawley in this one on the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday night. So yeah, 1-0 to Gillingham over Crawley in this one. Thank you very much for watching my League 2 Game Week 16 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be League 1 predictions, probably tomorrow. Yeah, don't forget to stay tuned for that. And I'll speak to you all on the next one.